coming up on YouTube and Twitch.
Nice.
Pretty soon. Cool. Looks like it's working. Welcome to a Noise Bridge virtual hack night and coac night. Tonight we have some friends from both the US and Europe who are going to be working on a Slack integration bot called VirtualCoffeeBot. And I'll turn it over to Aditya, who is one of the people working on the project. Here you go.
Cool. Thank you so much, Baikonauts. Let me see where the share screen functionality is. Share my screen. Come on. Oh. Do you know where in Jitsi it is? Here we go. Share your screen. Sweet. Still waiting for the dialogue. Right. And boom, we're off to the races. Okay, so I have VirtualCoffeeBot running here in a Docker container. In case anybody is interested, I can show you the way the container is set up. We have a database, which is currently Postgres 13. We have a backend, which is called the VirtualCoffeeBot app, which is what I will be mostly working on today. And then we have a front end that's built in Vue.js that's called the VCB UI. And then for debugging, we also host pgadmin, which is a database browser, which we can access on localhost 5052, just in case we want to log in and see what's actually going on at the database level. Let me start by giving a quick demo of where the app is at right now. In my terminal over here, I have got all the Docker containers running. And then I'm going to keep this one open because for this session, I'm probably going to be working a lot on unit tests, and I'm just going to be setting up the tests and then trying to get them to pass. That's probably what I imagine most of the session will be. So the way VirtualCoffeeBot works is it's a bot that allows you to create groups within your Slack organization. And within those groups, it pairs people every week for appointments for virtual coffee. At the organization that I work at, we've been doing this without the bot for the last 2-3 months. And I can tell you that in remote organizations, it works really well. And the minute you have a group larger than like 5 or 7 people, it becomes really useful to have a piece of software manage it, because that way you can make sure everybody gets the chance to meet everybody else. I know that from several of the nonprofits that I sometimes work with, they would find this really useful too, because there's a lot of people in those groups that I would love to meet, but that probably some of them are pretty shy. And if there was a software system nudging us to meet, I'd be open to doing that quite a bit. And it leads to some really fantastic conversations. So this is the front end running in Vue.js. And how it's supposed to work is you click Add to Slack, and it redirects you to the Slack login. There is a small issue. I don't know if the permission went away. It used to allow you to connect any Slack you were a member of in a drop-down here. So at some point, I don't know if in this session, but maybe after this session, I'm going to look into what happened to that. But it normally allows you to, like, for example, I'm in, maybe 6 or 7 or 8 Slacks here. It allows you to choose which one. VirtualCoffeeBot is just a test one that I've got going with my collaborator. It's got like 5 members in it that allows us to test what's going on. So I click allow to allow the bot to do that, and then it logs me in to the VirtualCoffeeBot admin, and then create a new coffee group. Test coffee group 1. Right, you can call this whatever you want. Like I could call it like ops and engineering if it's inside a company, or people who want to meet. And I can create a group like that. And then this is already being loaded live from Slack. It should be Yes, that works. It shows you what your current Slack channels are, and it allows you to, choose from them to create lists of members. We only have 5 members in the Slack channel, but if I pick a smaller one, like with only 2 members, only 2 members show up here. It's the unique members across all of them, and I can choose to exclude some of them for whatever reason. Because in future versions of the software, we imagine that it will actually ask the members to opt in. Like certainly for public Slacks like Noisebridge, that would be a key feature. But at this moment for the MVP, we are just going for an organization that it's presumed the administrator has the right to do that for the members. They're opted in automatically, basically. But that's something we'd like to add for sure, especially if like Noisebridge were to use it at some point in the future. Once you've selected who you want to have in your coffee pool, you can go to schedule meetings. And this here is a page where you can see every possible meeting combination. And so my task right now, currently in the backend, this list is being generated, but it's just a list. It's not actually a list of meetings that I can then, mark as already have been conducted or, should be excluded. And the idea is that once I mark some of these meetings as excluded, the next tab of the app, which doesn't exist yet, which probably be called schedule, will actually allow you to, we'll split these up by week so that every week each person is just paired with one other person. And then after that, we actually also need to implement the notification aspect